Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. And today we'll be looking at 100 most expected MHCET law questions. And this is Mathematics Aptitude Part 8 of the series. Okay. And as we begin, there is a pinned comment in the chat section. It's about CLAT counseling form. So if any one of you is going to target this year's or maybe next year's Good evening, everyone. So welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we'll be looking at MHCET Law 2024, Mathematics Aptitude Part 8 of the series. And before we begin, there is a pinned comment in the chat which is about CLAT counseling form. If you are targeting this year's law entrances or maybe next year or the year after that, you can put in your contact details, your phone number, your email address correctly, and one of our counselors will get in touch with you as soon as possible. So without wasting any time, let's begin with our questions for the day. So the first question is, find the sum of natural numbers from 1 to 100. So it has got a direct formula. Whenever you have the sum of the natural numbers starting with 1 and it goes up to n, this is given as the number of numbers into first number plus last number whole divided by 2. Okay, so this is the formula. So the sum of 1 to 100 is going to be 100, n being 100, 1 plus 100 whole divided by 2. So this becomes 100 into 101 whole divided by 2. So this results in 50 into 101. So what I did, I got rid of 2 with 100. So 100 becomes 50 and 2 becomes 1. So 50 into 101 will result in 5050. Option A. Great. Okay. Second question. If 40% of 1500 is equal to 8% of x, find the value of x. So the first step will be get rid of the percentage symbol. You will be left with 40 into 1500 because of actually means multiplication, right? This is equal to 8 into x. We can get rid of 8. 8 5 times is 40. So we will get x as 5 into 1500. 5 into 15 is 75. So 1500 will result in 7500. So this will give us the value of x. Option B. Okay. Next, how many two-digit numbers are divisible by 4? So the first two-digit number we have is 10, then comes in 11 and so on up to 99. These are all the two-digit numbers, whether divisible by 4 or not. Now, if I want to find out how many numbers are there which are divisible up to 4, divisible by 4 up to 99, so what I will do is I'll do 99 by 4. If I solve this, I'll get 24. It will give me 24 point something, so ignore the point value. Now, we don't need the multiples of 4 up to 9. So we will take 9 divided by 4, which will result in 2. If we subtract, it means we will get all the numbers more than 9, that is 10 onwards, which are divisible up to 99. So we will get the answer as 22. Option B again. Understood? This is the proper approach. Okay, next. There are two persons, Ramesh and Suresh, started work jointly. Ramesh completed the work in 8 days and Suresh completed the same work in 12 days. They both started together, but after 3 days, Ramesh left the work and the remaining work was completed by Suresh alone. Find the number of days in which the whole work was completed by both of them. So you will take the durations that they individually take and calculate their LCM and this number, which will give us how many units of total work we have. Okay. So this may be like painting 24 walls, maybe filling up 24 buckets with water, maybe eating 24 chapatis. It can be anything. Now, out of these 24 units of total work, if Ramesh takes 8 days to finish these 24 units, that means every day he completes 3 units. So that will be 24 upon 8, that is 3 units of total work. Similarly, if I talk about Suresh, Suresh completes these 24 units of work in 12 days. That means every day he completes 2 units of work. Now, as per the question, they both started together, but after 3 days. After 3 days means for the first 3 days out of these 24 units, they together were able to complete 5 units, 3 units by Ramesh and 2 units by Suresh. That's 5 units every day. So for 3 days, this is the amount of work that they were able to complete, right? Then Ramesh leaves the work and Suresh alone is working. So if Suresh alone works, so he is going to take 2 units every day and he is going to complete the total work in certain days. So 2 into what? So if we solve this, we will have 24 is equal to so 5 into 3 is 15. So we will have 24 minus 15 whole divided by 2. So this will result in 9 by 2, which is 4.5 days, right? None of the options match. So since Suresh alone completed it, Ramesh had left and Ramesh was completing 3 units every day. Anyways, so the total number of days that they together took to complete the work, together as in not necessarily that they were working together for the entire days, is 3 plus 4.5, which will be 7.5 days. 3 days they worked together and 4.5 days Suresh worked alone. So in 7.5 days they were able to complete. So the closest option that we have got is option C, right? So does that make sense? ठीक है, चलो. Let's take the approximate or the closest answer if the answer we have got is not there in the option. Had Suresh left the work and Ramesh continued, then the total work would have been done in another 3 days. So that would have been 6 days, but that's not the case. So 7 days is what they have mentioned. Next, in a rectangle, the ratio of length and breadth is 5:3 and the area is 135 centimeters square. So this is actually square. If the length of the rectangle is increased by 20% more, but breadth remains constant, then what will be the area of the new rectangle? So since area is given as length into breadth and this is given as 135 centimeters square, then it says length increases by 20%. So if this increases by 20% and breadth remains same, so the area will change by whatever percentage change length changed. So area will also change by 20%. Now 10% of 135 is 13.5, 20% is 13.5 plus 13.5, or we can say 2 times 13.5, which results in 27. So 27 is supposed to be added on this. This gives us 162. So the new area is 162 centimeters square. So the ratio of length and breadth is totally irrelevant here. It is not supposed to be used. Even if you use it, it's going to make the solution lengthy, but you will still get the same answer. Okay, next, a shopkeeper marked a 30% price above the cost price and I gave a discount of 20% on the marked price. If the total profit earned by the shopkeeper is rupees 22, then what was the marked price? So what we will do is we will assume that the cost price is 100. So the marked price is going to be 30% more. So 30% more will be 30 more. 30% of 100 is 30. So this becomes 130. Then he gives a discount of 20%. So 20% means 20% of 130 now. 10% is 13, so 20% will be 26. So there is a decrease of 26. So this results in rupees 104. So this is our selling price. So he makes a profit of 4 rupees, right? But as per the question, it is given that the profit is not 4 rupees, but rather 22. So how many times is this? 4 into 5 is 20, 4 into 0.5 is 2. So it is 5.5 times. That means cost price will also become 5.5 times. Mark price will also become 5.5 times. Selling price will also become 5.5 times. Since the question asked is what is mark price, it's going to be 130 into 5.5. Or we can say 13 into 55. 10 into 55 is 550. 3 into 55 is 165. If we add these two, this is going to be 715. Option B. So 130 into 5.5 will result in 715. Okay, next. In a class out of a total number of students, 55% of the students pass the maths exam. The difference between the number of students passing and failing in the maths exam is 4. So suppose if there are 100 students, out of these 100 students, the number of students who pass the exam is 55%. So 55% of 100 is nothing but 55, right? And the number of students who failed the exam, which is obviously the remaining number of students. So either you can say 45% will be the failed students, because 55 plus 45 is 100, right? So 55% plus 45% will be 100%. So 45% will become 45. So the difference between the pass and fail is 10, but as per the question, it is given that this is 4. So how many times is this? So this is 0.4 times. 10 into 0.4 or 1 into 4 is 4. That means 100 0.4 times, 55 ka 0.4, 45. Every number or every stoppage or every milestone where we have written down a number, everything will become 0.4 times. Since the question is asking us about the total number of students in the class, so total number of students, we assumed it to be 100. We will be doing 0.4 of that, which is 4 into 10. That will result in 40. As simple as this. Very similar to the previous question, where we assume a certain value, preferably 100. We solve it as per that, and whatever answer we get, we compare it with whatever is given in the question. We see how many times it is. It's not about addition or subtraction, it's about multiplication. And every value in that particular flow chart, every value in that particular assumption of values will also become that many times. Okay, that's the faster and simpler approach. Next, the ratio of present salary of Shubham to that of Parekh is 15:4 respectively. Parekh's salary is increased by 20%, but Shubham's salary remains the same. Now the difference between their present salaries is rupees 12,150. Find the sum of their salaries after the increase. So we will assume that Shubham's salary is was 1500 and Parekh's salary is 1400. It is given that later on Parekh's salary remained same, but Shubham's salary remained same. Parekh's salary increased by 20%. So 20% of 1400, 10% will be 140, 20% will be 280. So 1400 plus 280 is 1680, right? Now it is given that the difference between their current salaries is 180 as per our calculation, but it is given as 12150. So how many times is this, right? Same number of times we will be calculating the sum of their present salaries. Now the sum of their present salaries is 3180. So we will be multiplying it with the same number, right? Now 3180, see, it's going to be difficult to figure out 180 into how many times is 12150, right? It's not an easy calculation. So what we will do is we will see 3180 is a number which is in the table of 3. How? 3 plus 1 plus 8 is going to be 12. 12 may 1 plus 2 is 3. Since it is divisible by 3, that means the entire number is divisible by 3. So my option should also be divisible by 3. Now 21070 is not divisible by 3. 2 plus 1 plus 7 is 10. 10 3 ke table mein nahi aata. Then we have 212450. This is also not divisible by 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 4 is 6. So far so good. Then 5 is not divisible by 3. Next is 208150. So 8 plus 1 is 9, 5 plus 2 is 7. So 9 is divisible by 3, 7 is not. So obviously D has to be the answer. Let's verify this. 2 plus 1 is 3, 4 plus 6 plus 5 is 15. 3 is also divisible by 3, 15 is also divisible by 3. So D becomes our answer without actually finding out what multiplier we have to use here. Right? So using a bit of common sense, we were able to solve it. Next, Shritesh went for a picnic from Mumbai to Mysore via Bangalore. The distance between Mumbai to Bangalore is 4 times the distance between Bangalore to Mysore. Also, the average speed from Bangalore to Mysore is 2/3 of the average speed from Mumbai to Bangalore. If the average speed of the entire journey is 100 km/h, then what is the average speed from Bangalore to Mysore? Okay, so we will say that this is Mumbai, this is Mysore, and we have a Bangalore. Now it is given that distance between Mumbai to Bangalore is 4 times the distance between Bangalore to Mysore. So we will say that if this is Bangalore and if this distance is D, then this distance between Mumbai to Bangalore is 4D. It's 4 times, right? Average speed from Bangalore to Mysore is 2/3 the average speed from Mumbai to Bangalore. So the average speed from Mumbai to Bangalore, if I say is 3, then the average speed from Bangalore to Mysore is 2/3 of 3, which is going to be 2. Also, instead of D, we can consider this to be only 4 and 1. So instead of 4D and 1D, let's write 4 and 1. And instead of average speed as 3 and 2, let's write 3s and 2s. Why am I doing this is because we need to find out average speed from Bangalore to Mysore, as in once I get the value of s, I need to find the 2s. So I'll leave the variable with speed. I will ignore the distance part. Now, it is given that the average speed for the entire journey is 100 km/h. So how do we calculate average speed? It is given as total distance whole divided by total time. Now total distance is 4 plus 1 and total time is 4 by 3s plus 1 by 2s. So this gives us 5 divided by, if we take the LCM, this is 8s plus 3s into 6s. So we will have okay, there will not be an s because we have already taken a single s. So this is going to be 30 by 11s, and this is given to us as 100 km/h. So s will result in 100 into 11 by 30, which is going to be 3.3, or we can leave it as 10 by 3, right? That will be better because in the options we don't have a point value, so we can get rid of a single 0. So this is 110 by 3. Now remember that the average speed from Bangalore to Mysore is not s but rather 2s. We have solved for s. So 2s is going to be 2 times 110 by 3, which will give us 220 by 3, which exists in option B. Right? Okay. Next, the maximum marks of an exam is the least 3-digit perfect square number. So the smallest 3-digit perfect square is 100, which is square of 10. So this is the maximum marks. The marks obtained by Arnav in this exam are equal to 1/3 of the sum of the marks obtained by Bhushan and Chetan. So Arnav marks is 1/3 of the marks obtained by Bhushan and Chetan. If the marks obtained by Chetan are 3/5 more than the passing marks, so 3/5 of passing marks plus passing marks. Okay, so it is 3/5 more than the passing marks. So this becomes 8 by 5 times of passing marks. And the marks obtained by Bhushan are twice the passing marks. Then find the marks obtained by Arnav. So we need to find out what is the value of A from here. B and C we have already figured out. It is also known that the passing marks of the exam are 30% of the maximum marks. So passing marks is 30% of maximum marks, which is going to be 30 marks. So we can put that 30 marks here and solve it. 30 and 30. So Bhushan got 60 marks and he got 48 marks. So Arnav got 1/3 of 48 plus 60, which is going to be 1/3 of 108, which is going to be 36. So Arnav got 36 marks. Right? Okay. So on 7th of April 2024 at 6 p.m. Mr. Abhimanyu Rajpurohit is going to take a session on GK and current affairs. He is the expert on that. He is going to discuss about roadmap to CLAT 2025. So people who are targeting next year's CLAT, you can attend this session, and herein you will be told, you will be given the roadmap, as in what all things you need to study, what all areas you need to be expert at if you want to get good at current affairs in GK. And on 10th of April at 2024 at 6 p.m. Ms. Alpa Sharma is going to also discuss about why choose law as a career. Okay, she is going to tell you, if you are not confident, if you are simply like, I have to choose law, but why do we have to do that? If you're not sure about it, you can attend this particular workshop. So for all these workshops, you are supposed to register for this. And All India Open Mock MHCET Law 2024, this year's MHCET Law, the actual MHCET experience you will get once you attempt a paper which is closest to MHCET, right? So there is a mock that will go live on 12th of April. It will be there for the next 10 days. That is, it will be until 21st of April. So it will help you identify your D-Day strategy. It will help you benchmark vis-a-vis with your other test takers, other aspirants, and also you will get to know your strengths and weaknesses. So make sure that you will register for this mock, and you can avail up to 90% scholarship in our preparation programs. The scholarship test date is on 14th of April, 11 a.m. You can download our app from Google Play. The link to that is given in the description below. And once you download it, on the home page, you can click on the button which says talk to our counselors, and it will help you get in touch with us. And if any doubt, we will be happy to resolve them. CLAT 2025 UG comprehensive course. You can enroll for this course, which is recommended by CLAT toppers. This is the contact number to get in touch with our counselor. You get hundreds of live classes, hundreds of recorded lectures, you get books to practice, thousands of tests, thousands of practice questions, a lot of mocks, and monthly e-magazine. Okay. Law 2024, this year's UG test series, you can buy it from us. Okay. This is best in the class mock and the performance analysis provided. Okay, and it is designed by the exam toppers and the best faculties. It includes 25 CLAT mocks, 15 IELTS and 15 OLET mocks. So make sure that you buy that. Also, do check out our social media handles and pages. Do join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S_exam_prep_CLAT, for any upcoming session or exam notification. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you like and subscribe.